Good morning and welcome to Cover 2 Cook. We're on episode 120. Today we have some NFL updates and college football updates. We also have the AFC South where we're going to go through their schedule and see who can win the conference, who's going to have the most wins, and who's going to take the biggest loser on that side on the AFC South. So let's get it started.
Yeah, I was going to do a vertical jump there. Thank you, Socks.
Travel been to Indiana, and did Cover 2 Cook get you a good hotel?
Indiana? No, I'm in Louisiana. I'm getting Mardi Gras.
I know that this might be hard, but I don't know how much you remember Friday night since we left you damn near when you fell asleep.
I got my belly full, man. I was like, I warm covers and warm. I was like, I could go to sleep right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jack Dorsey.
Final answer?
Yes. All right.
This is going to be a long fucking day.
All right. Thank you so much for joining episode 120 today. We are going to have some NFL updates as we're 28 days away from the season starting. Right off the bat, smelling salts. They're out. No more smelling salts. Can't have them.
What?
Oh, wait. Then people consider retirement. George Kittle and that. The NFL comes back within a day and replies and says, whoa. Only you have to supply your own. NFL teams will not have smelling salts. You have to supply your own because George Kittle said he was going to consider retirement. What did you think when you heard about this?
I was like, whatever. I mean, so the NFL's not going to supply him. The players got to supply him now. I mean, I can kind of see the NFL's point because it's kind of not really an enhancer, but it's something that if they are a little woozy, that can kind of get them back into the game. So the NFL's not going to promote getting back in the game if you're feeling a little woozy. You should sit down. Please sit down. Let's see what the doctor says first before trying to do it. But I think Kittle does this as a pregame deal, doesn't he?
Yeah, a lot of guys do. A lot of guys do. And that's what I guess I was kind of like, I brought this up to Lisa obviously off podcast and said, you kind of do it because it like wakes up the body, lets you know, hey. And she's like, you're about to go into a collision sport. Don't you think your body's already awake saying, hey, I know what I'm doing? I'm like, this is what that is. I definitely agree exactly with you're saying. If you're going to put concussions as a concern, then you can't have smelling salts on the sideline. But who's not to say that George Kittle hands his to Brock Purdy?
Yeah.
And the NFL, so now does the NFL player have to do it to the own, you know what I mean? Like, that's where now it's kind of like fishy waters. It could have just been like, it's done. Or now it's, well, if you supply it, so at what point is George Kittle going to come up and do it to someone else and it's okay? So,
right.
And I would rather have a professional doing that, a doctor or whatever doing that instead of another player.
Right.
So, but yeah, smelling salts are still in, everyone. Do not worry. They're not out. But
I thought maybe they were going to have to cancel the season because of it. I was that worried about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When I was typing this up earlier, I put bath salts, and that's a whole different ball game. So just the smelling salts. Yeah, just the smelling salts. Bath salts have been out of the game for a long time.
Yeah.
In other NFL news, Mike Vrabel jumping in to break up a fight and ends up with a little blood on his cheeks. It was during the Patriots and Commanders joint practice. What'd you think when you heard about this?
Oh my gosh! Hey, you're not as young as you used to be. Don't try to step into big grown men. I mean, he is a grown man too, but these guys are a lot bigger than what you are, and that's not smart. That's not what you should be doing at your age. Let them police it out.
Yeah, I think this would be surprising to me if it was a brand new coach. Like, you've already been a coach for a while. Yeah. Like, I don't know why you thought jumping into it. I did see it was a rookie. It's that Trayvon Henderson from Ohio State. He was the one that was in it. Maybe that's why. But when you talk about size, Mike's still got a lot of size on him.
He does.
He's still pretty big, still very strong. I remember him being on Bussin' with the Boys, and like, he looked huge on that couch because it's made for regular people. I just think in my side of it, this is the joint practices. We know that there's going to be fights. You have them in your own practice. We just saw the Cowboys shut down practice because of too many fights. You saw that. I saw a video of Ben Johnson kind of making a smile at a player when he kind of got in his face. there's competitiveness. They've been hitting the same people. Now you're starting to get into a game-like atmosphere. So all this is happening. Vrabel, you ain't got pads on. Keep your ass on the sideline.
But Anthony, here's the deal too. I think the preseason, this could be a long way down the road. The preseason games are going to go away.
Yeah.
And this is what you're going to get in these joint practices, and it's going to be televised. I can guarantee it. It might be kind of around the NFL kind of deal, and this is what you could see. Now they may tell the players, we're televising this, so you can't start fights. You can't promote violence. But if you put it on pay-per-view, look what the UFC's been doing.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna. But so yeah, I think like I do see what you're saying. I think the problem is you're seeing this too much. You're seeing the fighting way too much. That to think that they're going to televise this, it's just I don't know. I don't see it happening yet. There has to be better structure on how these practices go. Right. There has to be more of a entertainment side. Yes, fighting's awesome. But that's not what the NFL is going to promote. Definitely when this is your supplement to the regular season and playoffs, you're not going to have it. I think in the future, I can see preseason going away. I just see an extra game. I don't see doing these practices. You can already go. You can actually go to these. You just got to pay a ticket to be at that place. So they're giving up people money, or they're giving up money opportunities by televising it. You would think that people can make more, but I don't know. I biggest thing about this, Mike Vrabel, keep your ass on the sideline.
Yeah.
Don't be jumping in with these guys.
Yeah, these people are 20 years younger than you are, buddy.
Yeah.
Them days are over for you.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong. If there was a street fight, I want Mike Vrabel on my side.
Right.
But just don't do it in practice. In other NFL news, there is some preseason games happening this weekend. Obviously, there's not much to talk about. We don't even know who's playing in these games. We don't know how long they're playing, things like this. We do know some of them. I know J.J. McCarthy's starting, I think, this weekend. Shadur's starting this weekend. But who are they going against? So my one takeaway from this preseason this weekend, do not gamble on it, you degenerates. Stop. Do not gamble. Like, who would have known that the Lions were going to give up 5 turnovers on that first game? Like, don't do this. Just enjoy it. The aspects of watching these games is to see maybe what your team looks like and you need some football, right? Or it's fantasy. And maybe there's a late draft pick you've seen playing preseason that you're like, I like that guy. Otherwise, keep your money in your pocket until we get into the regular season. What do you think about these preseason games?
Anthony, wait a minute. I want to get your opinion on this New England Lions game. Can you? I think it's 5.5. Would you? What do you think? Go with the New England or take Washington?
Yeah, I wouldn't take any. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't touch it. Like, you just don't even know who's playing, who's starting. And, like, I laugh because all on my social media timeline and stuff is me seeing people being like, I'm doing the over on this. It's like, what are you talking about? Stop doing it. Keep your money. And if you need money to spend, Cover 2 Cook is always looking for donations because we do our own gambling. So at that time when we do it, I'll take your money. But, yeah, these preseason games, I'm excited to watch. I mean, I'm going to watch a little bit this weekend. I do kind of want to watch the Vikings. I think they're on the NFL Network. That's the other thing, too. It's hard to get a gist of what they're going to be on. But I also just need some football this weekend.
Well, and that's kind of with me too. I mean, that was a nice little taste last Thursday. I think there's a game on tonight. I don't know who's got that game on. I think it might be NFL Network. I mean, they have every game. So I think you're just getting a taste of it. I mean, I actually watched a quarter and a half of last Thursday's game. Yeah. It was just like, just to get into the it's getting closer, So.
Yeah, no, definitely agree. Well, that takes us to the NCAA. Big news out of NCAA. Arch Manning says Arch isn't going to leave for the 2026 draft. What did you think about when you heard about this?
How many times have we heard that? If I had $1 for every time a player says, "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing." Cooper Flagg. "Oh, I don't know what I'm doing." This guy, "I don't know what I'm doing." Shadur Sanders. I don't know. He's going. He is. These people do not pass up money. The money in the NCAA is not there yet. It could be, but it's not there yet. He is going to go. He is going to go. I don't care what you say, what they do. He will go after this year.
So I'm actually going to say you're a big dumb idiot because that is not how that's not how Arch Manning and them have done this.
I
He
know.
is sat behind Quinn Ewers. He could have easily transferred to any other SEC school, and they probably would have started him. Their whole aspect has been when he gets the time to shine, he is going to play well. He needs to grow up. He needs to do all this. Who's not to say? Now, I kind of agree with you that I think it's a way of saying it so that you don't have pressure throughout the whole year.
Right.
But I just wouldn't be surprised if the end of the year he still has a great year and they say you're staying back to play one more year. I mean, he's only played one. This would be his first year of college football.
Full year, yes, right. Starting full year. Yes.
Yes. And like when you look at it, like Anthony Richardson in the NFL, he's struggling and he only really had about one full year of playing college football. Like, I just think if it's not for Arch's best situation, he won't do it. And they've shown that time after time. I just think the timing of this is just so that, hey, we don't need to talk about him being the number one draft pick throughout the season. He's not doing that. And that's all that was. And isn't that his grandpa?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Right?
Nephews of Eli and
yes.
Peyton.
Yeah, but that's what it was, his grandpa. Because when I was reading it, I'm like, Arch says Arch isn't. And I was like, is Arch talking in third person? Like, who gives a shit?
Right. I'll tell you what, Anthony, since we were in the bet and we don't want to bet on preseason, I will bet you that he comes out this year. I think he comes out. After this year, he's out. He's going to commit to the NFL, to the draft. I bet he does.
Yeah.
I've just heard this too many times where they've said, oh, no. And he might be taking a little bit of the pressure away from the team because their first game is Ohio State.
Yeah.
1-2 in the coaches pool. He might be trying to take a little bit of pressure off that. I'll bet you a beer that he comes out. He forgoes the rest and goes to the NFL draft.
I'll bet against it just because I think you're not going to really know till halfway through the season, see how he plays. I think it also determines on who gets the number one draft pick, who's number two, who's number three, where a lot of these other players were just like, I have to. Not a lot of all these other players have an uncle or another uncle that played in the NFL and have this legacy. So, well, there is other NCAA football news. There's a Netflix show out called Any Given Saturday. Talks about SEC football and kind of goes through the backstories and talking to the coaches and the tradition of SEC. In the first 10 minutes, it's talking about how great SEC and it's the best place to play college football and things like that. My only complaint about this is I guess I just don't understand where the SEC has the better fans. Like we in the Midwest, we live and die by football. Like the basketball's cool. Don't get me wrong. And you SEC, you guys like basketball too. Like baseball's all right. That's pretty cool too. But we live and die in football. And I would say that we're better fans because we're the type of fans that'll go sit in the snow. You SEC fans don't really have to do shit like that, okay? You guys might tailgate your asses off, and that's great. But so do we. I used to be a season ticket holder to Northwestern. It's an academic school, and they party like it goes out of style. Notre Dame does the same thing. Like, it was just hard in that aspect. But what did you think about this Netflix show?
Well, I mean, doesn't ESPN, or they used to, when they had the SEC, well, they have the SEC. They have the SEC stories where they go in depth of each college, like an LSU, a Mississippi State, and they do the what it entails with what goes on in a season for Mississippi State or wherever. Yeah. And you've already got that. So now Netflix is going to jump in the pool with this as well. I think you're just oversaturating a league that, I mean, it's a good league, but there's other competition out there. Like you said, the Big Ten, there's good Big Ten fans. You got Ohio State, Michigan every year that they go to them games. You got Wisconsin. You've got some Penn State. Now you've got Oregon involved with it, USC. I don't know. I mean, I think it's you're oversaturating a good conference. That's it.
No, I mean, and I'm not trying to take away from the SEC. I'm not. And I'm not trying to take away even from their football, right? Like, I'm just saying that, like, when you watch this, you're sitting here being like, the SEC is the pinnacle of college football. And it's like, I've never been to one, so I can't state it. But, like, I guess, how many SEC fans have came to a Big Ten game and saw what the atmosphere is like? Because I just, and maybe I need to go to an SEC game. Maybe I need someone to tell me how great it is. But like when you look at how great when you talk about the football side, Big Ten's won it the past couple years, right? But SEC did have a lot of years between Georgia and Alabama and LSU in there making runs for everything. And Florida in the early the 2000. But like, and I mean that might have been in 2010s because I think Tebow's 2010s. But you know, I guess I just like when I was watching this, my wife was like, "Is this giving you chills?" And I was like, "No." It's actually kind of annoying me how much they think SEC is like that great. I do think it's good and it's great football to watch. Alabama versus Auburn, Alabama versus Georgia, great football, man, amazing.
Alabama versus LSU.
Yes,
and they always get high ratings every year.
Great games. Year. But Ohio State and Penn State's pretty great.
Yeah,
Oregon,
Ohio State, Michigan is usually pretty good.
Yeah, right. So I just think that when I was watching this, that let's not forget about everything else that happens in the Midwest. The Big East, or not Big East, but out East, out West. Right. Like, there's a lot of true diehard college football fans, but that is the NFL and NCAA updates. We are going to the AFC South, where we're going to go through each team's wins and losses, or each team's scheduled for their wins and losses. The first team we start with is the Houston Texans at 8.5. First game, they are taking on the Rams at Rams. Who do you got winning that one?
I've got Houston losing.
I do as well. I have the Rams winning that one. What about Texans versus Buccaneers?
At home, first home win for Houston.
I got the Houston Texans winning as well. What about the Jaguars versus Texans?
Loss for Houston.
I have the Jaguars winning, Texans losing. Yep. What about Texans versus Titans?
Win for Titans. Or win for Houston. I'm sorry.
Yep. I got a win for the Texans as well. What about the Ravens versus Texans?
Loss for the Ravens. Or loss for Houston. I'm sorry.
I have the Ravens winning. Yep. Houston losing. What about the Seahawks versus Texans?
I got them winning at Seattle. Houston winning.
I have the Texans winning as well. I think we're exactly the same right now. What about the 49ers versus Texans?
I got Houston losing at San Francisco.
Yep. It's at Houston, but it doesn't matter. I think 49ers.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yep.
I think 49ers winning that one. What about the Broncos versus the Texans?
You know what? They actually beat the Broncos on this one.
Wow. So the one game that we do switch it is when I take the Broncos to beat the Texans in this week and that week. What about the Texans versus Jaguars?
2 in a row. Houston wins.
I have Texans winning as well. What about the Titans versus Texans?
3 in a row. Houston wins.
I have the Titans beating the Texans in this game just because they're at home. What about the Bills versus Texans?
This is a prime video game. Another win. 4 in a row for Houston.
I have the Texans losing this game. The Bills winning. I don't care if it's prime or it's Monday night or whatever. What about Texans versus Colts?
They lose at Indianapolis. Houston loses.
Yep, I have the Colts winning this game at home. What about the Chiefs versus Texans?
They go to Kansas City and beat them. Houston wins.
I have the Chiefs winning at home on this game, and it is a night game. What about the Texans versus Cardinals?
Winning for Houston.
I have the Texans winning as well. What about the Texans versus Raiders?
3 in a row. Houston wins.
I have the Texans winning as well. What about the Chargers versus Texans?
At LA, they lose.
Yep,
Houston
I agree.
Loses.
I have the LA Chargers winning as well. And then what about the Texans versus Colts to wrap up the season?
They win at home. Last game.
I have them winning as well. What did you have for their record?
11-6.
11-6 with an 8.5. That's over, obviously.
Yeah.
I have them at 7-10, which is under. I will say just right off the bat, this division was a very hard division because you just don't know what the hell team you're going to get. I don't know what type of Texans we're going to get this year. I like C.J. Stroud. I like Tank Dell. Yeah, Tank Dell.
Tank Dell. Yep.
I like their wide receiver core. I like their defense. I like everything about it. Can they stay healthy this year? And can they get that flow that they had a couple years ago again? Right. So I'm at 7-10.
I think C.J. Stroud has a monster year. I think he has a hell of a comeback this year. I can see him throwing for 4,000 yards. Him and Nico Collins, if Nico could stay healthy. I don't know what the running back situation is, but I think that defense comes back around like they played 2 years ago. I think this team wins the division easy.
Yeah.
Not easy. I shouldn't say easy, but I think they win the division.
Yeah. We'll definitely have to take a look. All right. Well, that takes us to the Colts at 7.5. First game of the year for them is against the Dolphins at home. Who do you got winning that game?
I got Indy winning.
I have the Colts winning as well. What about the Colts taking on the Broncos?
Loss
Yep.
for Indy.
I have the Broncos winning this game. What about the Titans versus Colts?
Win against Tennessee.
Ooh, I have the Tennessee Titans winning this game. The Colts losing. What about the Rams versus Colts?
I got win for Indy.
Ooh, okay. I have the Rams winning at home. What about the Colts versus Raiders?
Loss.
You have loss for the Colts?
Loss for the Colts.
Ooh, I have the Colts winning this one at home. What about the Colts versus Cardinals?
Loss again.
Ooh, I have the Colts winning at home. Maybe I don't know if they don't win at home, but I like them at home. What about the Chargers versus Colts?
Loss.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. No, I do. Same in that one. I have the Chargers winning this game at home. What about the Titans versus Colts?
They would finally get off Schneid and win.
Yep.
Indy.
I have the Colts winning at home. What about the Steelers versus Colts?
At Pittsburgh, Indy doesn't usually play very well. Loss.
Yeah. I have the Steelers winning at home as well. What about the Colts versus Falcons?
They go over to Berlin and win. Indy wins.
Ooh, I have the Colts winning as well. I did not know that was an international game. Didn't matter. Chiefs versus Colts at I believe that would be in Kansas City. Who do you got winning that game?
Loss for Indy.
Yeah, I agree. Chiefs at home win. What about Colts versus Texans?
Win.
Yep, I have the Colts winning at home as well. What about the Jaguars versus Colts?
They go to Jacksonville and lose.
Yes, I have Jaguars winning at home as well. What about the Seahawks versus Colts?
Another loss.
I agree. I think the Seahawks win this game at home. What about the 49ers versus Colts?
Another loss.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have the 49ers winning that one as well. What about the Colts versus Jaguars?
Another loss. 4 in a row for Indy. This is where they slide.
Nah, I got the Colts winning at home against the Jaguars. And then to wrap up the year, Texans versus Colts. Who you got winning that one?
I got Indy losing again. 5 in a row.
I have the Colts losing at Houston. What is their record that you have for the Colts?
I have 6-11.
Ooh, 6-11. I have them at 7-10. So that is my second team was 7-10. And the way I had it, they split. So I don't know how the hell they're going to figure it out by then. But maybe that's not even the team I have winning the division. At 7.5, again, I would stay away from this division altogether. If you're going to bet on a team, maybe Houston. But, these teams are so... Who's the starting quarterback for the Colts right now?
Right.
Is it Anthony Richardson? Is it
Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones. I think they have a great situation either way. But, not knowing.
Right. I don't think they're going to be consistent this year. I mean, I have them 2 losing streaks of 3 and 5.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's going to be hard for them. I think they're too inconsistent. Like I said, who's going to be the quarterback? Daniel Jones? Or are we going to move with Anthony Richardson? Or could they go back and I don't know. And they're in a mess right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Well, that takes us to, I think, another mess, but maybe on the rise. The Jacksonville Jaguars, they're at 7.5 as well. They start the season off with the Panthers. Who do you got winning that game?
I got Jacksonville winning.
Yep, I got Jaguars winning as well. What about the Bengals versus Jaguars?
Jacksonville's going to go into Cincinnati and lose.
Yep, I think the Bengals win that game at home. What about the Jaguars versus Texans?
Win for Jacksonville.
Same as me. I got the win for the Jaguars. What about 49ers versus Jaguars in 49ers?
I've got the, Jacksonville losing.
Yep, I do as well. I have the 49ers winning that game. What about the Chiefs versus Jags?
Another loss for Jacksonville.
Yep, I have the same as well. I have the Chiefs winning that one. What about the Jaguars versus Seahawks?
Win for Jacksonville.
Ooh, yes, I have the Jaguars winning as well. What about the Jaguars versus Rams?
Win.
I have a win as well for the Jaguars. What about the Raiders and Jaguars?
They're going to lose this one.
Ooh.
Jacksonville loses this one.
I just can't do it out of good conscience to do that, but I would not be surprised. But I have the Jaguars winning this game. What about the Texans versus Jaguars?
Loss.
I have them losing as well. I have the Texans winning. What about the Chargers versus Jaguars?
Win for Jacksonville. They get off to Schneid.
Oh, I have the Chargers winning in this one. What about the Jaguars versus Cardinals?
Another win for Jacksonville.
Yep, same here. I have the Jaguars winning this game. What about the Titans versus Jaguars?
Another win for Jacksonville.
I have the Titans winning at home. What about the Jaguars? Jaguars versus Colts.
4 in a row. Jacksonville wins.
I have the Jags winning as well. What about the Jets versus Jaguars?
Loss for Jacksonville after a 4-game winning streak.
Ooh, okay. I have the Jaguars winning at home. What about the Broncos versus Jaguars?
They lose. They
Yeah,
lose.
Broncos
Jacksonville.
win.
Yeah, Broncos win.
Yeah, Broncos win. At home, I like them at home for this one. What about Colts versus Jaguars?
They get off tonight and beat in Indy.
Yep, I have
Jacksonville.
I have the Colts winning this one at home. And then what about the Titans versus Jaguars to wrap up the season?
They win.
Yep, I have them winning at home. What do you have for their record?
10-7, and they're going to give Houston all they can handle all year. I really wanted to take Jacksonville this year, but I think Houston turns it on. So I took Jacksonville at 10-7.
I have them at 9-8. I think the Jaguars this year take the division. I think because of what I saw with Trevor Lawrence and that Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah. I thought he played very well. I think they can get it going now. Liam Cohn is their coach now. Can he bring that Duval? Can he bring that again? I don't know why. I just feel like the Colts, and it's just one year there's a team in the AFC South that does better than anything else that you didn't expect. I just think it's the Jaguars this year. That takes us to the Tennessee Titans at 5.5. First game of the year, they go against the Broncos. Who do you got winning that game?
Broncos. Tennessee loses.
Yep, I have Broncos winning at home. What about the Rams versus Titans?
Another loss for Tennessee.
Yep, same as well. I have the Rams winning. What about the Titans versus Colts?
Another loss, 3 in a row.
Ooh, I have the Titans winning at home. What about the Titans versus Texans?
Another loss, 4 in a row.
I have them losing. I have Texans winning at home. What about Titans versus Cardinals?
I think they could go to Arizona and win, get off the schneid, win for Tennessee.
Yep, I have the Titans winning that game as well. What about the Raiders versus Titans?
Now they're back losing again.
Yeah, I have the Raiders winning this game at home. If it was in
Right.
Tennessee, maybe different, but Patriots versus Titans. Who do you got winning that game?
Loss for Tennessee.
Yeah, I have the Patriots winning this game. What about the Colts versus Titans?
Another loss, 3 in a row.
Ooh, I have the Colts winning at home as well. What about the Chargers versus Titans?
4 losses in a row. Tennessee loses.
Yeah, I have the Chargers winning this game. What about the Titans versus Texans?
Coming off a bye, another loss, 5 in a row.
I have the Titans winning at home on this game. What about the Seahawks versus Titans?
Another loss, 6 in a row.
Ooh, I have the Titans winning this one at home. What about the Jaguars versus Titans?
Another loss, 7 in a row.
Ooh, I have the Titans winning at home on this one. What about the Titans versus Browns?
Win for Tennessee.
Yep, I have Tennessee winning as well. What about the 49ers versus Titans? Who do you got winning that game?
I got loss for Tennessee.
Yep, I have the 49ers winning at home. What about the Chiefs versus Titans?
Loss for Tennessee.
Yep, I have the Chiefs winning this game. What about the Titans versus Saints?
Win.
Yep, I have the Titans winning against the Saints at home. And then to finish off the year, Jaguars versus Titans. Who do you got winning that one?
I got Tennessee losing again.
Ooh, I got Jaguars winning at home as well, so Titans lose. What do you have for their record?
Well, I did have it. I had it all planned out before this, and I'm thinking, no way. I had it 0-17. I didn't have them win one game this year.
Yeah, I don't
Not
see
one.
that.
And then I thought, no way. Their schedule looks too. I mean, I think Arizona, the Browns, and Saints. That's their only 3 wins. I am 3-14. I had to change it because there's no way a team goes 0-17. That they luck into at least 1 to 2 games, and I think the 2 games are the Saints and the Browns.
Yeah.
I think them are the 2 games. Other than that, I think Cam Ward struggles. I think you see Will Levis sometime in the year because I think Cam Ward has got to sit down for a little bit, and I think they struggle all year.
Yeah, I
They
actually
don't
have
have
them.
anybody. They don't have anybody to throw to. I mean, they do have Tony Pollard, but their defense is not very good.
Yeah, I have them at 6-11. I do think that there's some games that they're going to take just by bad play on the other side. They've done
Right.
that for years. Let's be 100% honest. They've done that for years. Now, like Mike Vrabel was the coach there, but they've won games where you're like, why are they even in this game? That's the type of games I think they're going to win this year. I do have 6. I was just watching clips on social media of Cam Ward's ball and who he's throwing, and like they were great passes and it looked
Really?
flow. So at my mind, I was like, the Titans might be the surprise team out of the AFC South because it always seems like that, right? You got the Houston Texans coming out of nowhere with C.J. Stroud. Is Cam Ward the next C.J. Stroud? Like, what if they have the Tank Dells and the other wide Nico Collins there that we just haven't heard of yet? I just wouldn't get my hopes up if you're a Titans fan that way. I would be, if I'm a Titans fan, I'm going to be happy with whatever I get this year. But I do think they're going to be a little bit better. I don't have one team out of this division having a winning record. Oh, that's a lie. I have the Jaguars at 9-8.
9-8, bro.
That's it.
Yeah.
No 2 wins coming out of this division. I think this division is mediocre at best from top to bottom.
Right.
And like, if someone came to me and said Houston Texans are going to dominate this, maybe they would. Maybe they would. And if someone would come to me and say that the Houston Texans, or who's the other team I was going to say?
Jacksonville?
Yes, Jacksonville. I don't see the Colts. I really don't.
No, there's too much disorganization, dysfunction in that. You know, there's just too much.
And if they go with Daniel Jones if they went with Daniel Jones and someone said they had a good year, I wouldn't be surprised. Anthony Richardson would be the one that would kind of surprise me.
Right.
But yeah, so that's the AFC South. So who did you have one in the division? Or did you have a tie?
I had Houston at 11-6.
Yeah, and I had the Jaguars. I don't know what to expect.
I really wanted the Jaguars. I really do, because I think they bounced back. I really did, but I just couldn't put it over it. I just couldn't. And you know, another thing too, Anthony, with Tennessee, is Cam Ward the next Jaden Daniels or the next Zach Wilson? We'll only know.
Yeah.
You know,
well, it's never
he could
usually
be a big bust, or he could be, rookie of the year. Who knows?
Yeah, it's never usually the number 1 draft pick. It's usually like the 2 or 3 or something like that later.
So all the pressure's off him.
Yeah, so it's not helping his case. But that is episode 120. Now, I do want to state this. ESPN has been bought, or ESPN has bought the Red Zone NFL. I will give you on episode 121 to talk about that so we can have some research on that one, okay? So if you're interested on what's happening with that whole situation, please tune in to episode 121, which will come out next Wednesday when we record on Tuesday. But right now, this is episode 120, where we've talked about NFL and some NCAA and the AFC South. We've went through every division. If you've tuned into us, you've had every division in the NFL. We've went through their schedule and said what they are. If you don't like it, that's okay, right? Maybe we're not. And if you didn't like it, doesn't mean we're right either, right? But if you did like what we want, or have any questions, or if think there's anything we else could talk about, please comment about it. Send us a DM, do something like that, because we got a little time before season starts. So we're going into who we think the MVP is going to be like. And we got to start talking some college football, because we're getting closer to that start as well. But we will be back on next Wednesday. Have a great weekend, and we will see you later.